Hello YouTubers, got the blade back. I've been working on a million things as usual. Got the blade back from the sandblasting place. Put a little sanding on it because when you sand blast something, it leaves it leaves a rough surface. I've sat there and tried to grind off. I've been working on this for quite a while. I guess I've probably got a couple hours in it. Well, hour and a half up and back picking it up and then getting it off the truck, getting it back here on the, it's on a wagon underneath there, so I can move it around because I'm going to shoot it with primer and then flip it over and shoot it with primer. I already sanded the other side. This is the blade that Jeffrey wrecked. Now I've been working on it and it doesn't look as bad as it did. There's a tooth gone there. And all these were bent. Some of them are just totally nice. There's half a tooth there. You can see this one's really got hammered back. They were all just bent really bad. Now, another thing I want to show you, I don't know if this will show up in here. Maybe if I get down like this. No. There, you can see it. See that wear pattern? Now this is actually quite deep. In fact, it's even gotten in, I don't know if it's coming in here, it's even got into the V groove of this blade. That's called by rounded shanks. No good shanks. These were wore out. And if you don't keep new ones in there, see the wear on these? It'll wear that blade out. I've seen them cut real deep through here. You lose the tension and all that kind of stuff in the blade. There's one. Anyhow, I'll show you. I think I got these. I'm trying to make it. This is a blade that's going up to the Bunion show. That's what this one is. This is going to be sign the saw. This is the saw that's going to get signed. Can you say that real quick? And so I've got my jitterbug that doesn't work out jitterbugging. I'll show you that. I'll take the wore out head. This is me. The thing doesn't work, so I never replaced I never bought another box of sanding discs. I'm sure it could be refigured. I guess you're in the camera there. So I have some of these smaller discs, or whatever you want to call these things. So I'm just using a smaller one. It's that thing's really old, and for this it'll work just fine. I'll show you what I'm doing. guess that's a sign that it's had enough sanding. Looking for sharp edges. I don't want anybody to get hurt on this thing. Don't know how I'm going to display it at the show. Anyhow, that's one thing I'm up to. That's one thing I'm up to. Another thing I'm up to, oh, we'll take you over there. Air compressor's running. That thing chewed up a lot of air. Look at that old antique air compressor. Everybody remember those in the old gas stations? That's where it come from. This over here, I'm cooking. You ever seen a cooker like that? We'll wait till the compressor goes off and explain it. I didn't know the order of things. We'll turn it off. It's got a switch here. Don't feel like waiting on the air compressor. It'll shut off in a minute. That thing was sucking a lot of air. Can you see that thing shaking? This is a, here you go. Can you read what that is? It's a cartridge case cleaner for reloading bullets. I guess you can say that without getting... Anyhow, I use it for everything. Daggone, I thought that air compressor would go out by now. Come on, air compressor, let me go check on it. See what's for dinner? It went off. I didn't turn it off, but I can. Anyhow, these have only been in here, I don't know, maybe a half hour. These are those Shanks. And they had a little bit of, some of them you still see a little bit of, I guess you're in there, a little discoloration on them. It's loaded up with them. And I'm just, as I'm sorting them and cleaning up and re-gluing the boxes, I started looking at them and I said, you know, I wonder if I could put those in there and just make them sparkle. There's one that's got a scratch on it. Not that that makes any difference. But this will clean them on. These are F9s. Which kind of interesting. I'll show you some inside that are already clean. And I also got another thing that I don't know what's going on exactly. I'm learning as I'm doing these Shanks. Turn that back on. This isn't going to be a real long video. I think I might put two together. I still got another one on a line in the L's down there on that. I'll leave it off. It's too noisy. On the L's down there, I've gotten it finished up. I did one more half-hour or 25-minute video on that, which is kind of going over. But it basically shows once it goes up and down the tracks, those kind of go where they want it to go, and it only makes a difference in the long run on those L's. Doesn't make a bit of difference, you know, as long as you're not goofy off. Okay, now one guy said to make a go and no go gauge, and I really like that idea. Not that I'll change it, but a go no go gauge is, let me get a crayon here. You remember that little piece of aluminum I was checking to see what was going on? Well, I have more of that. It's just 1/4 inch aluminum stock. I think there's a bug crawling up my leg. Yep. And that was about 4 inches long. So what I'm going to do is, that thing was like this. This is kind of exaggerated. I don't know if you can see that. It had that point on there. I don't know if you can see it. What I'm going to do is mill 10 thousandths off here, then go down, mill 20 thousandths off, then go down, mill 30 thousandths off, then go down, mill 40 thousandths off. At 40 thousandths off, I'm going to be resetting. So, or maybe I'll go backwards. I'm not sure which direction I'll do, or maybe I'll do it down in there, or maybe I'll make one for both and see which way I like it best. The taper at the front was just kind of an accident that happened, and that snuck up real good behind the string. Then it was behind the string, you could kind of push it, but I guess the 40 should be here, and then I think maybe the widest should be here, and then you go up till you hit it. So I'm gonna make one of those probably tonight. We'll go in and look at some of those other Shanks. Those are coming along. This thing, I gotta get the air gun out and shoot that with primer. If I can find the old air gun. It's been kicking around in here for years. I'm sure you guys see it before I do. Oh, there it is, hanging up. Who would ever hang something up in the right place? That's the stupidest thing I ever heard of. You can see I never put anything away. I'm just a mess. Anyhow, we'll shoot that primer on there, and then the paint, I don't know what to paint. Really what color I want to paint it is silver. But silver seems to always wear off when you touch it. So if it wears off, then when people sign that, it'll wear off. Oh, another thing I wanted to mention. Can you see that crack? Busted the eye of the saw when he crashed it. So we're not going to use that saw again. It's no good for nothing. You could cut it down, but by the time you cut it down, well, with that crack in the center, I wouldn't even think about it. Don't mess with cracked blades. You wouldn't want that thing flying apart at 550 RPM or 600 and some RPM. Oh, we'll turn some light on in here. We'll go turn some more light on here so you guys can see, even though this thing seems to do real good in low light. A couple of those nights that we had it going, my laces for my belts came in. This is what the laces look like. Of course, I can't do it with one hand. Got to set you down. We're going to be lacing some belts. That's what they look like. And you put them in, then put the little line-up tool through there. They're supposed to be, yeah, there they are. The little, can you see the blue things down in there? That's what you put through. Anyhow, I got a bunch of belts that I want to lace. There's a 3 for the saw on the back that I found for the one way in the back, so I'm working on that. These are ones after they come through that, go through that thing, and they just look so much nicer. Those I haven't put through. See, they're just, there's nothing wrong with them. They work, but they look prettier. I like pretty. Here's a bunch of, I think these are B8s. B8s. These are B8s, these are B8s. I got a lot of B8s. But the boxes are just horrendous. This one here I've got done, and I got to re-glue these, then tape across this way, then tape across this way, then tape, and I just got redo it totally with tape. So that's what that is. Here's another thing that you guys are kind of puzzles me, which I think I got it down here. And there's a lot of people out there. Mark could probably tell me. He's very knowledgeable on saws and stuff like that. Here's what they call B8 Supers, and this is a B8 Super. See how it's a lot bigger here? This is a standard one, okay? And that's, you can see where it goes in. I'm having a hard time holding it with one hand. Goes in there, comes around. And see how it's got that big clunker? Well, I thought it went with a stand-all, because that looks to me to be right. These are 2 ring blades, so there's B and F blades. See, this is a one circle, and then this is the other circle where this goes. So that to me seems like it should go with that. And this is a regular shank. That seemed like it go like that good. But what I've read, which, man, I like the looks of that a heck of a lot better. What I read, it's supposed to be the other way around. And that just, it doesn't look right, but they say that blocks the stuff up, busts this comes in and busts the chip up, so it holds in the gullet better. This is a little, looks like it might make the gullet a little bit smaller. I don't know, you guys that know a lot of stuff about me, leave a comment in the below. I like this is what they call a standall tooth, which is basically supposed to be a solid frozen wood, but it makes up, because it's so wide here, a lot of people run wore out shanks, and when they're running wore out shanks, that standall tooth will take up, get that dust out of the blade. I don't have any wore out shanks here. I got some around. Anyhow, I showed you this a couple weeks ago. It won't focus in. There it goes. Got to send that up to Mark. Might take it to Bunyan. There's my 3. I went over that. Still going through tons of these. So it's go through a pile. These are all, I think these are all B8s too. No, that's F7s. Those are all F7s. Here's another box of Bs. These are, I think these might be B9s. I can't see it. I tell you, I have a light, and if you take the light and put it at an angle, it shadows it, and you can see what they are. I got some teeth here. There's another box of, those are according to that's F7s. A lot of stuff. Oh, that one I haven't even opened yet. This is kind of oddball stuff up here. Those are real oddball. I don't know what they are. They look like maybe 2s, 2.5s. I don't know what these are. Those might be 2.5s. I can't see what it says. But you can see how they're a little discolored. So I run them in that thing for, I don't know, 8 hours, and they come out shining clean. I mean, to me, these look a lot better. There's teeth all over the place. That's an empty box. There's another box back there. I got lots of them, and I want to sell the ones that I don't need, and I'm going to sell them for a low price. I haven't figured out which ones I need yet, because like I said, I think in a previous, see, that's got a standard shank with a wide opening here with a standall. That's a standall. That's a regular cutting, a regular tooth with one of the breakers. See how it's got that breaker there? It's a little different. That's different. Then this one here is a regular B8 with that. This is a real Heinz 57 there, I guess, if you can count that. Anyhow, that's about it. I'm going to wrap this one up. And I might put another one on tonight. What I got to put on tonight is, or show you, it'll be a short one. So you guys can, I got to turn the lights off so I don't use up all my electricity. We'll turn this one off. We'll turn this one off, save electricity. Oh, I forgot to show you. I always forget. So if I don't have a note, I don't remember nothing. Let's see, I got to turn this one on, which is light over here. I got to make another sign. Here's the freaking Jeep on YouTube. I got that sign made. I'm looking for the right letters to put YouTube here. Here's your meet and greet up at the Paul Bunyan show. And then I got to get another board. Sign the saw. Did I spell it right? Sign the sign the Sam. It'd be like me to put it upside down. I'm running out of letters. Some of them were screwed in, and some of them aren't screwed in. I think I'll just screw them all in, put little things in there and just screw them all in. I'm not going to get too much more fancy. Running out of time. Believe it or not, that show will be here in a blink of an eye. And you'll wonder, how'd you ever get it done? So anyhow, I am now, that I left the lights on over there. Crap. I sure am forgetful. Turn that one off. There's the wagon wheels for my Canon. I don't know if you guys ever seen the Canon. Maybe we'll take you up and show you the Canon. It's too hard to see. Anyhow, I got a 247-pound bronze Canon in the back of my black truck. I'm going to go ahead and mix up the juice for that, spray that, flip it over, spray the other side, let it dry real good, flip it over, spray the other side, and then try to figure out how to paint that thing. I'm going to paint it, I think, light gray. I like it to come up about that color right there. I think it'd be fine. And I would leave it this color, except for it's just going to rust and everything's going to go away. So I think it needs some paint. So anyhow, that's it for this one. The next, I might put another 10-minute one. This one's 20 minutes, so I'll put another 10-minute one on tonight. So I'll put 2 on tonight, and that's going to be, I'm pretty sure if they go on all right, that's going to be on getting your dogs lined. You know, it's one thing that everybody, I've never seen anybody do it. I'm probably the only nut that does it. But they're not lined on my double-aught mill in the back, and it's very aggravating. And I know about it, but I don't do anything about it because I'm just not in the mood to. But on this one here, I'm going to try to line the dogs up, which I'll show you what that is, and maybe I'll take you back to the other mill and show you what that is. I got the, I'm waiting for a helper to get the blade out of that one so I can yank the mandrel out of that one, take it down to Jeffrey's. So I got just 10 tons of stuff going on. So that's about it. I'm going to try to get another video of aligning the dogs to show you what I mean. So over and out for now. Thanks for stopping by. I'm going to paint this. I'll tell you what, I'll paint this or not. Well, I might paint it. I don't know what's going on. It just depends on how the time goes. Over and out. I'm going to turn my dinner back on and let it shake. We'll see you guys later. Thanks for stopping in. Hit the bell if you want to see the next step.